Hello, Pile One. Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation, and I got a treat for you. I've been holding off on doing these. Like I have done, another one of these 18 plus, adult only pick a card videos. It's called Your First Intimate Encounter with Your Future Spouse. But I've been kind of not really shying away, but not pulling the trigger on doing another one just because of how YouTube is and stuff like that. But I'm your reader, okay? I give you guys what you want. And so what this reading is going to be about, you guys, is what sex is going to be like with your future spouse. All right, so I'm just going to leave the channel open. I'm going to share the messages exactly as they come. There may be some cussing, just giving you a heads up. Things could get really raunchy. Just really kind of depends on the energy that's coming through from the collective, okay? So, if your person's a freak, that's exactly how those messages are going to come through. Anybody that's freaky or, into kink and stuff like that usually like to, use non-PG words. So anyway, keep in mind, you guys, this is a general reading. Please take what resonates, leave behind whatever doesn't. You can book a personal future spouse reading with me. There are a couple of them available. As you saw in the slide before the video, just check the booking, check the description box below for booking details. They're really fun. They're one of my more popular readings. Okay, so yes. If this doesn't resonate, you guys, just pick a different pile. Yeah. All right. So let's get right into it. You guys were drawn to, I forgot what the name of this is. It's definitely agate. I can't remember, but I am picking up heavy scorpionic vibes from this pile. Okay. So I'm definitely picking up your person is very, very sexually open. Your future spouse is very sexually open to trying new things, just about anything. We have, we got the moon, we got community, and we also have guide. Yeah, pile one, right off the bat, I'm picking up your person is into, pile one, if you're not somebody that is into like swingers clubs or, threesomes or menage a trois or, those kinds of things, this is probably not going to be your pile because that is the energy I'm picking up from your person, okay? Very open to living alternative lifestyles when it comes to sex. So, your future spouse is possibly somebody, because I'm hearing like swingers clubs, okay? But I'm also hearing like they can swing both ways. So your future spouse could possibly be bi, so they could be into men and women, or at least open to the idea, okay? They may not necessarily be full on bi, but they wouldn't mind, like they're open to trying different things, okay? But with the moon here in community, this is letting me know your person is for the people, okay, when it comes to sex. So your future spouse is probably somebody who is definitely going to want to have an open marriage, probably prefers to have a spouse who is into that same kind of lifestyle. I keep picking up alternative and open, okay? With guide here, this is kind of giving me the vibes of somebody who is more dominant when it comes to being in the bedroom, very vocal about what they like, and also wanting you to be very vocal about what you like, okay? They may even also like sex in public places. Yeah, your person is just, they're a freak. And I say that with no judgment whatsoever. Your person is just, yeah. I'm hearing they don't like vanilla, and I'm not talking about skin color. They think of just regular monogamous relationships. They think of that as being too vanilla. They like lots of different flavors. Okay, so there you go. Let's see. Let's find out what, do I want to do this one? Oh, we'll see what happens. Let's see what sex. For pile ones, for pile one, what is sex going to be like with their future spouse? That makes a lot of sense. So this is kind of giving me a little bit of background as to why or how they came to be like this. And I'm actually hearing pile one, if you're still here, then this is letting me know that you're okay or even into this kind of a lifestyle. But your future spouse may have possibly grown up in a family that was very religious and legalistic when it comes to things that have to do with sex. Like sex may have been a very taboo topic. I'm also hearing like this lifestyle that your future spouse is into, they're very private and quiet about that, very clandestine. So no one, very, very, very few people are going to know that, you know, it's going to be kind of like a night and day kind of thing. Who they are, you know, sexually is going to be very different than who they are publicly. Publicly, your person is going to be, your future spouse is going to be, you know, a family man or a family woman. They keep very quiet, especially with this energy of the moon here, okay? They may, I'm even maybe picking up, your person may, okay, so your person is very open sexually, but there's this air with them, pile one, where they haven't really quite, they accept it about themselves, but there's this underlying feeling of like, almost like shame. Like they're worried what other people might think if they find out. So I don't know if your person may be, you know, somebody who may be higher up, who may hold like a very public position as far as their work goes. You know, with legal here, that could also be, I mean, I'm picking up on all kinds of different things, but they're very professional publicly. Like if you were to know, like if you were to just know their public persona, you would never guess that, you know, they're this way sexually. Okay. You would just never guess. Yeah, they keep very, very quiet about it. It's not something they broadcast. They don't talk about it outside of the bedroom. Yeah, because outside of the bedroom, they're very, and not that, you know, there's anything wrong with this. I'm just saying how they feel. They're very prim and proper, very put together. And that may be why, like, sex may be their outlet, you know, because in the public eye or in the public, they have to have it all together. They have to have everything, you know, neat and organized and this and that. And then it's like, when it comes to sex, it's, you know, everything goes kind of a thing, no holds barred. That's kind of like their way of just, it's a way of release for them as well. Let's see what else. So, yeah, pile one, this is going to be something where, you know, whatever you guys end up doing in the bedroom, no matter what it is you're doing, your person's going to make sure that it stays quiet, okay? Somehow, I'm not really quite sure how that works, but things stay very quiet. Nobody outside of those sexual circles will know about it. And with the energy of guide here, I do feel your person trusts. I'm kind of picking up an energy from you, pile one, that you may just be getting into this kind of a lifestyle sexually, and it's like they're going to be your guide when it comes to that. Yeah, we got Gibbous Moon coming out. Talking about, you know, final phase before completion, some tweaking needs to be done, paying extra attention. Yeah, I really do feel like your person is actually going to be bringing that out in you more, you know, giving you the freedom that you need to really kind of discover who you are sexually. because I really do feel there are very little boundaries in this connection when it comes to sex. The only thing I'm really hearing is just to stay on top of, like, the only boundary is, you know, make sure you're being safe sexually, which I do feel like your person is. Like, your person is very thorough, or I should say your future spouse is very thorough when it comes to sexual safety and sexual health. Your person's into role-playing too. They may be into things like, you know, especially if they're the dominant one, they may like to be called, you know, mommy or daddy. That's not my cup of tea, but, you know, some people like that. Yeah, especially with self-care. They're going to be very careful when it comes to sexual safety and sexual health. Like, they're the kind of person where, you know, if they're going to require... I feel like there's some kind of a community, you guys, where it's required to have, like, you have to get tested, you know, every so often, and you have to prove that you've been tested and that you have a clean, you know, bill of health when it comes to, you know, sex and stuff like that. On top of, you know, using protection, various forms of protection. And it may very well be, too, that there could be regulars. Yeah, this community feels like... oh, there's the Scorpio card coming out. Yeah, okay, so this community is really letting me know that there is a group of people. And it's not really, I'm hearing it's not open invitation, okay? It is really invitation only, and very rarely do these invitations get handed out. And there's, you know, there's steps of things that have to be done in order to be, I mean, background checks may even be done. I don't know. There's just this feeling like this circle of, you know, like swingers, or I don't know what they're going to call. There's just like a group of people, you know, and they get together and, you know, I'm not saying they get together in one place and have these huge sex parties, but it's just kind of like a group of people where, you know, you can swap partners, or, you know, you have the ability, if you want to engage, you know, with sex with multiple people, things like that. And in order to be invited or included in this club, you have to be invited by somebody that's already in it, somebody with a good reputation already. And then there is kind of like a series of steps of things that have to be completed in order for you to be able to engage in sexual activity, including, you know, definitely, like, what do they call those? Health checks, sexual health checks. All right, so let's see. Let's get one more. What is sex with pile one's future spouse going to be like? Oh man, let's see this one. I want to come out. Yeah. Just a lot of very taboo things, okay? Nothing is off the table when it comes to, you know, sex with your future spouse. Anything and everything that you could ever conceive up, they're going to be game for doing, okay? They're going to want to know what your fantasies are, your deep, you know, your most wildest fantasies. And that's actually going to turn them on, knowing what your what your deepest, I'm even hearing darkest fantasies are. Yeah, very secretive. You know, and there could be, what do they call that? S&M. There may be bondage. You know, there may be this thing where it's like, you know, one of you is the dominant, the other one is the submissive. There may be, you know, bondage and, you know, stuff like that. But with fourth house here, that just is letting me know that it's not going to be anything that is like scary or fearful for you, pile one. You're going to feel very comfortable, very safe. Like I said, if you picked this pile and you're still here, this is something that you're kind of into, or at least interested in. So, your future spouse is a safe space for you to explore all of these different types of fantasies and curiosities and stuff like that. And whatever fantasies you have, like, I feel with your future spouse, nothing is going to be too much for them. Like, you may have a fantasy, pile one, where you're just like, you're kind of afraid to share it, and no matter how wild it may be, your future spouse, there's not much that is going to shock them, okay, at all. And they're game for just about anything, okay? So they're going to want to know what your deepest, darkest fantasies are, your wildest dreams, and they're going to want to make those come true with you, okay? Definitely going to want to make those come true with you. Let's see. I keep wanting to come back to these. So pile one, if you're somebody who isn't inherently like monogamous, like, you know, your future spouse is going to be, you know, a perfect match for you, because I am picking up they're going to be emotionally exclusive to you for the most part. I do know that they're, yeah, no, this is an emotionally exclusive relationship. It's just like sexually, you know, sexually this connection is going to be open to inviting, you know, to exploring sex with other partners and opening up, you know, your guys' bedroom, like threesomes and stuff like that, okay? What is sex with pile one's future spouse going to be like? Oh, and this too, with the family thing, okay, they're also pointing out the fact that this community that they are a part of, it is almost like family in a sense of everyone has each other's backs, okay? Nobody tells each other's secrets. There may even be legal documentation. There may have to be like an NDA, like a non-disclosure agreement that has to be signed when you join this community, okay? So it's like, you know, with crickets here, nobody talks about it, you know, it's only within the confines of this group. And I really feel like mum's the word, like, you know, there is no discussion of this group and what goes on in this group outside of, you know, outside of that group. I'm even hearing like, you know, I mean, there's not going to be like a Facebook group. There's not going to be anything like that. It is a closed, somehow it's very closed, okay? So it may just be a thing where the only time you discuss what's going on with the group is when there are like physical group meetings where you guys are all in like, you know, the same area together. Yeah. If there is anything online, you guys, it's going to be something more along the lines of where the information that's online, like if there's a profile, of course it's going to be monikers, right? It's not going to be your, you know, your profile name isn't going to be your actual name. And there may be some kind of an app or a group out there where, you know, nobody knows, nobody really knows about, or very, very, very few people know about if there is something online, but there's something that protects, you know, everyone's information so that nothing gets out. Because I do feel, you guys, like there's quite a few people in this group who may be very, very well known. They may be public personas, public figures, and it's like, you know, of course there's just things that you don't want to get out. You know what, too? With the Magician here and the Hierophant, there may be aspects of your guys' sexual life, you guys, where, you use sex as a way to get closer to quote unquote God or your divine self, or, you know, and you also use sex as a way of manifesting what you want in life. There's almost like sex magic here too. Okay. Which doesn't surprise me with all the scorpionic energy here. So, I mean, it's not just a bunch of people getting together, getting, you know, their jollies off, right? There may be actually, you know, something where people get together and, you know, there could be manifestation work happening through sex, okay? Orgasmic manifesting or sex magic and stuff like that. Can you give me about pile 1? Sex with pile 1's future spouse. What is sex with pile 1's future spouse going to be like besides all the community stuff? Let's see what your sex life is going to be with your future spouse actually. Mind bending. Your future spouse, sex with your future spouse is going to push your limits and push your boundaries in some way, pile 1. About sex, about yourself. It's going to break away. Whatever is considered traditional as far as sex goes, it's definitely going to push the envelope when it comes to that. What is sex with pile 1's future spouse going to be like? Yeah. Okay. Definitely pushing the limits, you guys. Definitely pushing the limits, because most of what's coming up for your guys' sex life is not what the two of you are doing together, like you and your future spouse. It's what's going on outside of it. Yeah, so together, I'm hearing mind bending, like you and your future spouse, actually, you two having sex, right? Not sex outside, but you two together. Your guys' sex is going to be more along the lines of like rough, like biting, nibbling, definitely picking up on bondage, whipping. Something about pushing the thresholds of pain and overcoming fears. And I feel like it's tied to spirituality somehow. There's almost this feeling of being able to access a more powerful version of yourself or energy or something like that through it. Interesting. All right, we're going to get some messages from them to you. What messages do you have to give to your future spouse? Messages do we have for their future spouse. Your future spouse is somebody. They're like an Energizer bunny. Okay, they are definitely capable of going more than once. So if they're like, you know, if they have a vagina, then they're capable of multiple orgasms and they want to go, go, go. If they have a penis, it's like they can come once, take a little break, and then go again. Okay, it's not one of these things where you do it one time and then it's over. They're very sexually charged. So it's one of those things, pile one. Prepare for like all-nighters, okay? Maybe not all the time, but your person definitely has the sexual stamina to go all night. All right? It's not going to be a one and done kind of a thing. It's like a hide behind material things. So they like toys. They like to use toys. They like to add props and toys and accessories and stuff in the bedroom, okay? They do like that. They do like that. Let's get one more thing. One more. What message do you have for your future spouse? Let me see. What message do you have for pile one? I feel so drawn to you. Yeah. So if you're worried at all, like they are only really going to have eyes for you, pile one. Nothing that they do with someone else is going to take you off the pedestal. Okay. Like with anyone else, it's going to be just sex. With you, it's going to be love, right? So they're, you know, you two will be making love sometimes, but it's, you know, like their heart belongs to you. And I'm also hearing like it doesn't really matter what they do with anybody else. They're always going to come home to you, and they're always going to prefer you. Okay, they're always going to prefer you over anyone else. You don't have to worry about them catching feelings for someone else. They very much have the ability to shut that part of them off and only give that part of them to you during sex. Okay, so if that is a worry of yours, pile one, don't worry about it. Because with this, I feel so drawn to you. You're going to be the only one that they have an emotional connection with during sex. Everything else is just the act of sex itself. It has nothing to do with anything beyond that, except for maybe, you know, like orgasmic manifesting kind of stuff or sex magic. All right, pile one, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Also, comment below. Let me know what you thought. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. And I will see you at your next reading. Thanks, pile one. Pile two, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation. I'm going to be your reader today. We are looking into yours and your future spouse's sex life. I've been kind of not really shying away from this topic. I have done a pick a card video, an 18 plus adult only pick a card video called Your First Intimate Encounter with Your Future Spouse. But I've been kind of holding off on doing kind of like, you know, what your sex life is going to be like or what sex is going to be like with them, just because of how YouTube is. But I'm your reader. I'm here for you. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do this reading. Okay. So again, this is 18 plus adults only. Also, just keep in mind, you guys, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you feel like this is not your pile, just pick another pile. Don't feel the need to comment below and, you know, you don't need to do that. Just pick another pile or just click off the video. Okay, if you want to book a private reading or a personal future spouse reading, check the description box below for booking details. You already saw what's available in the slide before this. Okay, those are so fun. my most popular readings by far are the future spouse readings. Okay, they're so much fun. Okay, you guys were or are drawn to the African Bloodstone heart. And this does feel like, I do feel like sex with you, between you and your future spouse, is going to be very heart-based. Very heart-based. We got bouquet and then we got storm here. So right off the bat, I am picking up that your future spouse is somebody who's very romantic, okay? Lots of kissing, lots of touching, foreplay, definitely foreplay. I just feel like the bedroom, you know, I'm just saying, you know, like the bedroom where the magic happens, but it's just sex in general. But there is kind of like the bedroom is going to be kind of like the sanctuary, like the actual bedroom is going to be the sanctuary where you go. Like anytime you go into the sanctuary for sex with your future spouse, it's just going to be one of those things where, how do I want to put it? It's safe there. You feel safe. You feel safe. You feel loved. You feel valued. It's like the place where you go to escape, you know, the hardships and the challenges of life. Like, especially if something really challenging is going on in your life. Going in and seeing, it's really hard for me to put into words because this is more of it's very heart-based, it's very soul-based, which is also letting me know there may not be a whole lot of talking because both of you guys are just going to be in your body feeling, not just feeling like the physical pleasure, but feeling each other's energy, feeling how you feel about them, feeling how they feel about you. A lot of energetic, just a lot of loving exchange, very heart-based, a lot of emotion. It's another thing too, it's like coming in from the storm of life, the pressures, the challenges, whatever of life, into the sanctuary. And that's kind of like your way of being able to process all the heaviness and the burdens emotionally that you know, that are picking up from outside, and processing it out and purging yourself of all the challenging energies and emotions of life is during and through sex with your future spouse, and they do it too. So it's something very cleansing and calming about sex with your future spouse. And with the bouquet here, I am picking up like you're going to feel like it's a gift. Like they're a gift to you. Like that's also, you know, that's kind of like a mutually exchanged gift. The gift of having sex with them is being able to purge those challenging emotions rather than what we normally tend to do is hold on to them, especially if we don't know how to process them. Interesting. I'm loving that energy though. I'm definitely loving the energy of this pile. Very, very much. Okay. Let's find out what sex with pile 2's future spouse is going to be like. What is pile 2? Pile 2 and their future spouse. What is sex with pile 2's future spouse going to be like? Yeah, so we got house coming up. It says sold, moving, physical, location change. Yeah, so I mean, you know, you guys aren't just going to be having sex like in the bedroom. Although the bedroom is going to be kind of like the sanctuary, the holy of holies, right? But I mean, you guys are going to be like having sex all over the house. All right. And every time you guys do it is like coming home. Okay. Whenever, you know, you guys unite physically, sexually, it is going to feel like coming home. something very spiritual, very emotional, very soul-based. Sex with your future spouse. Sex with pile 2's future spouse. What is sex going to be like with pile 2's future spouse? Awesome. Oh, yeah. So with like interlude, okay. So this is, it's not going to be, I'm hearing that there are going to be times when you guys just spend a whole day in bed. It's not going to be, we'll just say that your future spouse is somebody who is capable of it not being a one and done type of thing. Like, you know, you'll have sex, you'll climax, you'll come, whatever. And they're like, you know, let's take a break, you know, maybe go get some water, recharge, and then let's go again. Okay. They'll only want little brief interludes, but I am picking up, like, you guys will, I'm hearing days. Like, wow. We got wholeness and overjoyed and smiling. I love that this came up because this is really how it is. You know, when you're out in the world, look at the contrast of these cards, right? Like, out in the world can be very dark and very bleak, especially when you're dealing with other people and just kind of circumstances of life. And then you go into the sanctuary, you know, your bedroom, your bed, your marital bed with your future spouse, and you unload all of that. And you know, when they're inside you or you're inside them, it's just, the color comes back. I'm still having such a hard time putting words to what you are feeling, to what it's going to be like. Because like I said, it's not mind-based. It's very heart-based, emotion-based, soul-based. Just how I'm hearing healing. How healing this is going to be. I'm seeing a lot of smiling, a lot of giggles, lots of cuddles. You know, in between times or even after times, it's just like, you know, holding each other. Lots of holding each other too. Let's see. Yeah, this is my romance pile, my very romantic, heart-based, emotion-based, soul-based pile. It's definitely going to feel like you and your partner, your future spouse, are one when you come together. We got a waning moon. What is sex with pile 2's future spouse going to be like? Oh, whoa, hold on. Okay, very passionate. Obviously very, very passionate. And they're going to love looking at you. You're going to love looking at them, like their naked body. You're going to be very attracted to each other's bodies. Things can get very vocal, okay? Like I said, there's not a whole lot of talking, but things are very vocal. Like, you know, you're going to know that they're liking what you're doing. It's going to be all over their face. Probably somebody that moans possibly very loudly, but it's like, it's one of those things where they're able to communicate with their eyes, their expression, their body, their voice, what's working, what feels good, stuff like that. And I'm hearing like, okay, and then we've got waning moon here with surrender and go with the flow. Let go and move on. That's that feeling of being able to process and purge heavy, challenging emotion. You know, you go to work and you just get stressed the F out. You know, you're mad at maybe, you know, a parent or a best friend, or somebody said something to piss you off, and then you come home and you have sex with your future spouse and you forget what it was that you were mad about. It's like through sex with your future spouse, you're able to let go and purge that anger. Like you still have the memory and the remembrance of what was said and or done, but that charge, that emotional charge, is now gone, which is very healing. We don't want to hold on to those kinds of feelings. And I'm also being shown here too with Black Moon, Lilith, and Fire element that, you know, it's as healing as it is, it's very passionate, okay? Maybe, so there'll be times when it's just like nothing but animalistic. You guys are going to be able to, it's always going to be making love, right? It's always going to be that energy of making love, being in love with the other, you know, being in love with your future spouse, then being in love with you. But there will be times when it's just like, you just need to pound it out, okay? But you're always going to feel, though, even when you just pound it out, you're going at it like in an animalistic way. There's always still that feeling of love, unconditional love, that container of, you're always within that container of love, of soul-based connection and stuff like that. You're never going to feel, you're never going to be left wanting. Let's see, what else do we have? Definitely seeing sex in the shower, in the bathtub, sex in the water, whether it's maybe a hot tub or a pool, counters, all over the house, all over the house. All right, oh yeah. I'm also seeing, you guys, if you have kids, or if you don't have kids and you want kids, there's kind of a couple of messages coming through. Like, be very careful if you're not wanting kids right away, because yeah, the two of you together, and I'm hearing, like, even if you may have had this is awesome, even if you may have had, or if you question your ability to, you know, have kids, if you want them, something about you and your future spouse's sexual chemistry, energetic chemistry, because it is so healing. Like, if there have been any energetic blocks to you being able to have kids, the two of you together, there's not going to be any problem, okay? Because chemistry wise, okay, I'm talking about like biological wise, it's kind of hard to explain. I'll give you guys an idea, or, you know, so if you're not wanting kids, just maybe skip ahead a few seconds, okay? Because, you know, if you don't want kids and you haven't had any, you know, you don't know that you have any problem or issues or delays having kids, just skip ahead a little bit, okay? But for those of you who want kids and for whatever reason are under the impression that you may not be able to have kids, or you think that there's some kind of a delay or a problem with having kids, or you foresee some issues or something, you and your future spouse's biology, your biochemical chemistry just works. So where you may have had problems conceiving in the past, you know, or having kids in the past, you and your future spouse together are going to be very fertile, very fertile. And this is an example that I want to give you because, you know, I have 4 kids. I have 4 kids, and, you know, prior to my oldest being born, I had a couple of miscarriages. And then after my firstborn, you know, I waited about 11 years, you know, until I met my, my husband, and it was just so weird because I never got, you know, I never got pregnant again after that. And then, you know, and I was sexually active, very sexually active with one person, but still. And then I, you know, broke up with that person, got with somebody else, my husband. And then he and I got together, and I just don't know what it was about our chemistry. I never had a problem getting pregnant after that by him. I mean, I had 3 kids like boom, boom, boom. Never had a problem. And it, you know, it's this thing where it's like their chemistry and your chemistry, it just works good together. Okay. And like I said, and something about, you know, like your sex is going to be so healing. You know, what a lot of people don't understand is that energy, you know, can be very blocking and very negatively influencing, including, you know, your ability to reproduce. A lot of the times it's not an issue of, you know, you're just not able to have kids. It's not that. It's you're harboring energy, maybe like in your reproductive area, in your womb, you know, or, you know, in your groin if you're a male. And that energy negatively influences your, you know, your eggs or your sperm or whatever, you know, your uterus. Something about, you know, you and your future spouse's chemistry coming together is just going to make you guys fertile. Very, very fertile. So if you're not wanting to have kids right away, just be sure that both of you, I'm hearing both, not just one, both of you use protection. Okay, so the man needs to wear a condom or do something like that. The female needs to be on, you know, some form of birth control or something. I'm hearing both. Like, you guys are going to be really fertile. So one mode of birth control may not cut it. Okay, you could possibly still get pregnant or get them pregnant if you're just using one method of birth control. Okay, make sure you're using at least 2 if you're not wanting to have kids. All right, let's see what else. What is sex with pile 2's future spouse going to be like? Yeah, very, very enjoy. We got the 10 of Cups, you guys, and the 4 of Wands here. It's going to be like a homecoming. And I think I even said that. It's going to be very much like a homecoming. Very enjoyable. Your bodies are definitely going to be like in celebration, okay? Very passionate, very pleasurable. Like, you're not going to be able to get enough of each other. Lots of orgasms. All right, one more from this deck for pile 2. What is pile 2's sex life going to be like with their future spouse? Yes, very healing. And sex for the 2 of you, like, if you guys because there's going to be challenges in every relationship, right? And so anytime that the 2 of you, you and your future spouse, are having like a row with each other where you're having arguments or disagreements and stuff like that, that's kind of the way that you guys are able to come back together. You guys never, here's what I'm hearing, you guys never go to bed mad because you're normally having sex before you go to sleep, okay? And it's always going to be just the 2 of you. There's, you know, it's going to be very monogamous. It's always going to be just the 2 of you. Like sex between the 2 of you is going to be so fulfilling on every level. Neither one of you is ever going to want to look outside of that connection. Okay. What next? Let's see what messages they have for you, pile 2. What messages do you have for pile 2? All right, what messages do you have for pile 2? messages do you have for pile 2? It's funny that there's not a lot is coming out just because I hide my feelings. Yeah, so like I said, rather than, you know, when things are going on in the outside and you're picking up, you know, because when you're dealing with the outside world and the stresses and the challenges of life, we tend to hide those inside. We hang on to them, you know, and what happens is if we don't process those challenging, because we're picking up energy, right? We're either conjuring up these emotional feelings or we're out in the world picking up other people's emotional baggage, and then it becomes ours. And then if we don't process it out, you know, like we're supposed to, which most people don't know how to do. Most people, the vast majority of people, you guys, tend to pick up or conjure up heavy, challenging, burdensome emotions and do something to kind of let the steam off so that at least they're not feeling it consciously anymore. But that's not processing, that's just kind of venting. It's not the same thing. And so that emotional energy, and it is energy, gets stuffed or, you know, put into our subconscious, where then it becomes part of our energetic signature, okay? It's very unhealthy, which is why a lot of people are often, you know, and that energy will start to express itself in different ways. It can, you know, express itself through various physical ailments. Like if you've ever been to the doctor, you got aches and pains and you don't know where they're coming from and the doctor can't find any reason for these things to be happening, that's usually what it is. And then also if it's part of our, you know, our energetic field, it's, you know, those difficult, challenging, burdensome emotions become part of our energy. That's what we're manifesting. We're manifesting from our own energy 24/7, right? And so what is hidden is going to be able to be processed out. Look, I can't get enough of you. I feel you leaving me behind. That's going to let me know that they're really going to love doggy, getting you from behind, or you're going to love getting them from behind, okay? I am feeling this is more of like the heterosexual pile. I will just say that. But, you know, that's just most of the energy that's coming through of the collective. But if you are, you know, if you are not heterosexual, then you can just put the energy as you see fit. But something about doggy style in this, like that's going to be one of your guys' more pleasurable positions where both of you are getting like the most amount of pleasure. Like I keep hearing they love hitting that G-spot, or they love having that G-spot hit, and that's how it happens, is through, you know, getting it from behind. I want to make amends. Committed relationship. Yes. So, definitely never going to bed mad, you guys. There's never going to be that. Makeup sex is going to be fire. Okay. Like I said, a lot of orgasms, and for them, like they're going to be sexually and emotionally exclusive to you and only you. Like sex is almost sacred in this union. Okay. I mean, I haven't drawn any, like, you know, the Hierophant card or anything like that, but that's just that feeling, the connection, the soul connection, the heart-based connection, the emotional connection is so strong. And like you came closer to anyone, it's like there is this sense of when the two of you come together, that's the closest you guys are able to get to quote unquote God. And it's so healing. It is so healing, you guys. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please do me a favor. Be sure to smash the like button for me. That is a wonderful way to energetically donate towards the channel. Also, comment below. Let me know what you thought. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I'll see you guys at your next reading. Hello to my pile 3s. Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation. We mainly do pick a cards on this video now. On this channel, okay? Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, so we are doing the thing. have been kind of holding off on doing these kinds of readings just because of, you know, how finicky, fickle YouTube can be. I just don't want to piss them off, but, you know, it's been a while. I did a future spouse pick a card, an 18 plus adult only pick a card last year called like your first intimate encounter. So now what we're going to do, you guys, is we're actually going to look into like what sex is going to be like. Your sex life is going to be like with your future spouse. Okay. So, you know, I'm just going to open up the channel. I don't know how raunchy, you know, this is going to be. It just depends on the energy that's coming through. But I'll give you the messages as they come through. Okay. So, you know, there may be cussing, you know, talking about, you know, genitalia and certain things like that. Keep in mind, you guys, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave behind whatever doesn't. And as you saw, like in the slide before this, right, before the intro to your pile, I do have future spouse readings, personal readings available. Just check the description box below. They're only $25. I email them to you. It's so much fun. It's like my most popular kind of reading. Everybody loves them, all right? So just check the description box below for booking details. We are just going to get started. You guys chose the Lepidolite heart. Okay, and Lepidolite, you guys, is very healing. It's definitely for people who have lots of anxiety issues. There's literally lithium in Lepidolite, okay? So right off the bat, there really kind of is this energy, you guys, where sex with your future spouse is going to be very calming. Very calming. Even though there may be kind of like the passion between the two of you may be so heightened that like sexually, like physically, it might, you know, your bodies might be in a frenzy just because the pleasure is just so overwhelming. But the release is going to release so many endorphins and, you know, feel good chemicals and stuff that there's another pile, you know, this is pile 3. So one of the other prior 2 piles, very similar to this. If you were drawn to another, like one of the first 2 piles, I won't tell you which one it is just in case, but I'm picking up very similar vibes from one of those piles to this one. Where it just feels very calming, very relaxing. Although the actual act itself may have you guys in so much pleasure, it's going to feel like a physical frenzy. It's like a buildup, a buildup, a buildup, right? And then the release happens. And it's just like you took a pill. You took, you know what I mean? You took an anxiety pill. That's like what it's going to be like. A lot of tension, a lot of stress is going to be able to be released during the act of sex between you and your future spouse. And so here we have Anchor, Empress, and Soulmate. With Empress here, you guys, that's just going to let me know, like, you are the end all be all where your future spouse is concerned. All right. You're going to be like this god or this goddess on a pedestal. You are going to be everything they ever wanted. And they're going to let you know it. They're going to be very vocal about how handsome or beautiful or gorgeous you are, like your body is. And they're just going to love. There's something about the way you present yourself to them sexually that they're going to love. You may not even know that you're doing it, but it's almost like there's this presentation. I don't know how to explain it. They're going to love it though. And with Anchor here, that lets me know that, yes, sex between the two of you is going to be one of the main ways that the two of you use to ground and center yourself. You always hear about the importance of being able to ground and center your energy. Sex is going to be one of the main ways that you do it and that they are able to ground and center. Because there's just something very calming and relaxing that comes... I'm getting that feeling it comes after. Yeah, it comes after because I am feeling like the actual sex itself is going to be so passionate and so fiery. It's almost like you take the challenges and you take the burdens. I'm talking about the emotional challenges, the stress, the burdens, the anxiety, the worry of outside life, and you guys come together and you let that energy, you know, just kind of you transmute that energy into sexual energy, and it just builds and builds and builds, and then it's like boom, like you know, like an explosion, a fiery explosion, and then that's just kind of how you burn away all of that challenging, heavy energy, and then it's just, you relax. I just kind of see you like falling limp, dead, back on the bed or whatever, and just completely spent. Right? So yeah, good stuff, pile 3, good stuff. All right, let's see what else. What is sex going to be like for pile 3 and their future spouse? Negotiate. Ooh, lots of begging. Oh my gosh. Lots of begging, lots of more. Oh my God, more, please, please, more. Hold on, we got meeting, 2 or more people, discussions and planning. Hold on. So for some of you that are open to like threesomes, there may be some of that in there if you're open to it. If not, you know, don't worry. That doesn't mean this isn't your pile. Unconditional, threatened. I'm hearing one more. Let's see. No, I didn't want to come out. The first thing that came out, you guys, or the first thing that I thought of when I saw that meeting card come out, though, was that you, like I see, oh my gosh, yeah. First thing I thought that came to my mind when I saw that meeting card, you guys, was you going to go meet your future spouse somewhere, like for a lunch date, like a, you know, during the day, like when they're at work or something. Like say your future spouse works in an office or something like that. You know, they have their own private office, you know, maybe no windows, or windows have blinds or something like that. And, you know, you go have lunch with them, you meet with them in their office, door closed, blinds closed, whatever, and, you know, y'all do the thing. You know, y'all have sex over, you know, and you're something like that. So that was the first thing that came, like, so it can be very spontaneous. I mean, but there are going to be times when it's just like little afternoon delights and stuff like that. So, for those of you, like I said, primarily the energy of this meeting card, it's not so much threesomes as it is just having little clandestine meetings outside of the home, like little quickies and afternoon delights and stuff like that, where, you know, it's not going to be just something that is contained within a bedroom or contained within the home. I'm not yet picking up on the energy of public sex, okay? So not like a lot of risk involved so far. It's just yeah. Although there may be sex in vehicles too. I'm seeing a little bit of that, sex in vehicles. Genuine, certain love. If you have a hang up about your body, pile 3, your future spouse is going to take care of that or heal that. Especially with this Empress card, because they are going to, oh my gosh, they're going to be on fire for your body. Like, the parts that you may not like about yourself, pile 3, like this person is just going to caress them and kiss them, especially if they know that you have a hang up about it. It's going to be one of their things where they make sure they're going to help you change your mindset or the way you feel about your body in general, or just certain parts of your body. On the table, yeah. Nothing is off the table when it comes to your future spouse, you know, within reason. We offer proposal, commitment. They may even, that's actually really romantic. Like, even if the two of you are married already, your future spouse is constantly going to be asking you to marry them while you're having sex. It's just going to be one of those things. And even though the two of you are already married, it's still such a turn on, because it's like they're letting you know that they choose you. They would continue to choose you. Like, even if you weren't married, they would want to marry you. Okay, I like that. But this is also letting me know that anything is on the table. Like, you guys will be having sex on tables, certainly. But also, like, anything that you would want to try with them, nothing is off the table. Like, anything you would want to try with them sexually, nothing is off the table. So, I mean, you know, pile 3, if you are very sexually, you know, adventurous or curious or whatever it may be, they would definitely, you know, be willing to try. I wouldn't say anything. They would be willing to try most things at least once. Okay? And if you are someone who is, you know, open to inviting other people in the bedroom, they'll be open to that as well. But it's not a must, okay? So if you're someone that does not like having threesomes, or, you know, you're not into, like, if you're strictly monogamous, that's fine. Especially with this unconditional and this Empress here, like I said, you're their end-all be-all. They don't need anybody else sexually, but they're open to it if that's something that you're into. Okay? I'm even hearing that for those of you that are kind of like maybe curious about it, but you just might be like, your only fear about inviting somebody else, or, you know, maybe opening up your marriage sexually. Like, if you're just kind of curious about it, you know, you might want to, you know, dip your toe in it a little bit, but you have this fear holding you back. And that fear being that your future spouse may catch feelings for somebody else. The Empress card here and the unconditional here is letting me know that's never going to happen, because you are their, and the soulmate, you are their end all be all. They're never going to have eyes for anyone like they have eyes for you, period. And so, you know, but again, you know, if that's not your jam, don't worry. Just, you know, like I said, it's a general reading, so just discard that part. That's for somebody else. But yeah, you guys, your physical union while you guys are having sex is going to be so freaking pleasurable that it's like there's going to be a lot of a lot of begging. You're just, yeah, there's going to be a lot of begging. A lot of don't stop. Oh my God, please don't stop. There may be some teasing too. Oh my gosh. There may be some teasing, you guys, where they might get you right, like real close. Like, they're not going to be mean, like, you know, where you're like about to, and then they, you know, it's going to be one of those things where they know you're getting to that point, and then they're going to stop and rest, because they're going to want it to last a long time, right? And they'll do this to themselves too. Yeah, they'll do that to themselves. They like hearing you beg. They like hearing you beg. We got Black Moon. We also have Flower Moon. I like the black and the pink together. They're gonna, okay, Divine Feminine again. Ooh, they're gonna love your body. They're gonna love your body, pile 3. They're gonna want to see you naked all the time. They're gonna want to, you know, like, they're gonna want to, you know, take showers. They're gonna want to see you walking around naked. They're gonna want you to be as comfortable in your body as you possibly can be, and they're definitely gonna work with you to heal any hang-ups you have about your body. The sexual chemistry between you guys is just going to be so crazy. Hold on, you guys. My bad. All right. Okay. I see this. Okay, so the Black Moon is like, I forget what they call it, but there's usually a void in the name, right? But right here with necessary void, I'm trying to think of how to explain that feeling. You and your future spouse, like, sexually, are going to crave each other sexually. Okay, it's gonna be like an itch that you just have to have scratched by them. I'm like, the sex between you guys is so addicting. especially probably in the beginning, that it's like you're going to ache for each other sexually. Which is why, you know, the two of you are kind of, you know, going to be meeting during the day and stuff like that. It's just going to be one of those things like, I have to have you. I have to have you right now. You know, when's your lunch break? Kind of a thing. A lot of moons coming up, you guys. A lot of moons coming up. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Interesting. So, I would normally interpret that where like most of your guys' sexual activity happens at night, but clearly it doesn't. So, two other things are coming up. Especially with Uranus here. Number one, it's like, okay, like moons are typically known to be, like I think of the high priestess in the tarot. It can deal a lot with intuition. Like your person is just going to kind of intuitively know what you need, how you need to be touched, where you need to be touched. You know, even if that kind of changes as, you know, time goes on, or maybe what you need sexually is different day to day, they're going to intuitively just pick up on that. They're going to be able to read you and your body and your expressions like a book. They're just going to kind of know. Has a lot to do with the soulmate energy here too. Another thing it's also talking about is like, something about bringing what's hidden to light, which that can talk about emotions, like where we're talking about how, you know, processing. Now I'm being diverted to your body. There's something about your body you keep hidden, or you want to keep hidden, or something about your body. It could be like maybe you have big thighs, so like you never wear shorts, or you never wear short dresses, or maybe it's because you don't like your stomach or your midsection, so you always try to, you know, like you don't wear form-fitting clothes or something like that. It's like you're hiding something. You're hiding your body, basically. You may be wearing baggy clothes quite often, or there's just something about your body that you hide, that your future spouse is actually going to help you heal your hang-up over, so that, you know, if you want to wear shorts and you never do because you don't like your legs or you don't like your thighs, it's like you're going to start to be able to wear shorts and actually love the way your thighs and your legs look. They're going to heal. Like whatever it is you keep hidden about your body, they're going to help you overcome that. You know, if you always wanted to wear dresses, you know, and you don't for whatever reason, or maybe it's like you don't like your arms, so you never wear spaghetti strap dresses, or you don't ever wear tank tops or anything like that, or, you know, yeah. They're going to heal that. You're going to start being able, they're definitely going to help you gain confidence about your body, and parts of your body that you normally keep hidden. They're going to help you overcome that, so that you'll actually be able to wear clothes that you like to wear. And clothes that are actually a little bit more form-fitting and more flattering to your body. It's like, you know, I feel like a lot of you may have curves. All right. Maybe you don't label them as that. But you're going to start being able to really love your body and feel at home in your body and see your body in a different light. Very much so. Capricorn here, very grounded energy. Very grounded. Yeah, and with Uranus energy, it's just, there's not going to be a lot a vanilla type of activity. Like, you know, yeah, you guys might be doing some missionary and stuff like that, but sexually I feel like you guys are going to be very kind of all over the place. I'm still not picking up on a lot of public, nothing like that. I'm not saying that it won't happen if that's your jam, but for the most part, this feels like, you know, sex in cars, sex in maybe bathrooms, you know, like public restrooms or something. Maybe, possibly. I'm kind of hearing like maybe on that one. Definitely like, you know, meeting up during each other's lunch breaks and things like that. It's like just needing to pound it out. It's like, we just need a quickie. We just need a real quick, just something real quick. All right. Let's get some more information. Oh, and we got Cardinal Moon with, you know, taking charge, being bold. Yeah, you guys, I feel like you're going to come out of your shell. There may be something about you, pile 3, where you're kind of in a little bit of a shell, and they're going to help take you out. And you yourself are actually going to become very much more sexually confident, maybe even explorative. Okay. I can almost see and hear your future spouse kind of like coaxing you out of your shell. Like, come on, it's okay. It's okay. And once you do, it's just like you transform into this whole different person. It's like, not only do you transform sexually, it's like you transform, you know, just as a person in general, because, you know, it's like your confidence just skyrockets through the roof, through them, through sex with them. All right, sex with, what is sex with pile 3's future spouse like for pile 3? Sex with pile 3's future spouse. More Capricorn energy. A lot of unexpected, something very, I've got unexpected showing up a couple of times. So there's just something very unexpected. A lot of things catch you by surprise. I'm also hearing keep them guessing, keep them guessing. So I'm feeling like the spark between you guys is not ever going to die. It may be like a constant honeymoon period when it comes to sex with you guys, because you guys just do things that keep that spark. Like, it never gets boring. It never gets routine. You guys are always switching it up. You guys are always switching it up. And I don't know if that's an agreement that you guys make in the very beginning, or if that's just something natural that comes because of your chemistry. But there's this inner knowing that, you know, we can't let the energy, the sex between us. Yeah, okay, it is something that you guys work at. You guys realize that it's very important to keep that sexual spark and chemistry alive. And so, you know, you guys, I'm seeing that you guys are regularly, you know, taking vacations, like couples vacations. Like, I'm even hearing honeymoons. Oh, that is awesome. I like that. So it's almost like this agreement that the two of you have, like, we're going to keep the honeymoon going. Okay, so you guys get married, you guys go on a honeymoon, right? And that feeling that you have during the honeymoon, it's like, we got to figure out a way to perpetuate this feeling. And so you guys don't go, I mean, yeah, you'll go on vacations and stuff like that, but you guys, like, every year, or I feel there's kind of a regular feeling to it. It's like, okay, when's our next honeymoon? Okay, that's a thing where it's like, okay, we're going to go, you know, so you have a honeymoon, and then maybe the next year, the year after that, you go on another honeymoon. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. And with the 10 of Pentacles here, you guys are going to have the financial capability to do that. I love, yeah, especially with this energy here of the Page of Swords. There's just this constant, how do I want to put that? You don't let that curiosity die between the two of you. You're always looking for ways to spice things up. And I'm not feeling like this is hard work, you guys. Not at all. I feel like the passion and the fire between you guys is so explosive that it's actually fun. You know, it's actually fun for you to try to figure out ways to, you know, one-up each other sexually in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like it. And with the Page energy here, I feel like you guys never let that youthfulness die either. That newness die. Nice. Yeah, and this is giving me that energy of the begging and somebody kind of holding back a little bit, you know, kind of teasing you. There's going to definitely be some teasing here. Man, oh, pile 3. So far, this reading and then the other reading I was telling you about, if you were drawn to one of the other piles. I'm loving the energy of both of those. Oh, I want you so badly. I told you there's that craving. There's a craving that the two of you are going to ache for each other. It's like when you're not inside of them or they're not inside of you, it's like the two of you are just going to ache for each other. I compare others to you, yep. Definitely with that Empress energy there. We will be together again. Yeah, I want you back. With this, you guys, I'm getting a feeling of, especially like if you have like an afternoon delight or a quickie, it's like, yeah, they love quickies and they love afternoon delights, but they never like for it. There's this feeling of once it's over, especially like when, you know, your bodies separate after you come, there's that feeling like, oh man, like it's over. Like you don't want it to be over. There's this feeling of, oh man, hot. Okay, and so it's like they hate to see you leave, you know, even though they know they're gonna see you again because, you know, you guys live together. There's just this wah, you know, like, damn, it's over. You know, like, damn it, you know. And like this, oh, and especially with I want you back and we will be together again, it's like they're looking at you like, don't worry, like, you know, I'm gonna ravage you tonight. Like, you know what I mean? So a couple more? Okay, we'll get a couple more. Oh, they're like, oh, I'm gonna get you so good tonight. So you guys are going to be having sex, like, you know, sometimes multiple times a day. It's just going to be fire. All right. Ooh. It says, I don't react when people mention you. I think this has more to do with you and how, like, there's this fear that they're going to react to you and your naked body the way you react to it, and that's not how it is. You know, or you have this hang up because you think most people see parts of your body the way that you do. They're going to be a really good mirror for you, pile 3, because what we don't understand is, you know, we create our own experiences based off of our own perceptions of things. So if you are seeing nothing but people hating on body styles like what you have, you know, it's only because, you know, that's what you're projecting with your own belief system. What you're going to start experiencing, pile 3, is when, you know, your future spouse comes in and they start changing how you feel about your own body. For example, let's say you don't like your thighs, okay? Maybe you don't like your thighs. Maybe you've got, like, you know, a pear-shaped body or something where, you know, maybe you don't like, maybe you got a thicker midsection and thicker thighs, right? And you don't like that. And so because of your own self-perception, you're seeing, you know, other people not liking that either. Or you're seeing, like, say if you're a female and you're seeing men, you know, not liking those parts of your body either. That's because you're creating that experience yourself. You're manifesting that essentially, right? Your future spouse comes in and changes your whole perception about yourself, and then all of a sudden you're coming across, you know, maybe quotes from men, or you're just hearing men talk about how they love those parts of the body, like, oh my gosh, yeah, I love thick thighs. You know, you just start seeing that a lot more. And it's like you're seeing your 3D change and your experiences in the outside change because your own perception of it, that's what you're projecting. Does that make sense? So it's like they're going to be changing how you experience life, period. You're going to love it. All right, pile 3, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. If it did, do me a favor, be sure to smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Also, comment below, let me know what you thought. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I will see you guys at your next reading. Thanks, pile 3. Pile 4, welcome to your reading. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. This is Soul Purpose Activation. I'm your reader today, and as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, we are doing the thing. All right. I've kind of been holding back on doing this kind of a reading just because of the way YouTube is, you know, with their standards and community things, and I just don't like to piss off YouTube. But I'm your reader. I'm here for you. All right, and so we're gonna do this. So it's an 18 plus adult only pick a card video. What we are looking into today, you guys, is yours and your future spouse's sex life. Okay, now I have done last year in 2021 one pick a card that was 18 plus adult only, and that was about your first intimate encounter with your future spouse. Okay, this is just talking about your sex life in general, what sex is going to be like with your future spouse. Okay, keep in mind, you guys, sorry, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't, please. If you are interested in booking your own private personal future spouse reading, as you saw in the slide before this, I have a couple of them available. They're $25. That's it. I email them to you. By far one of the funnest and more popular readings that I've done. Okay, people love them, love them, love them, love them. All right. So again, just check the description box below for booking details. Let's get going. Right off the bat, you guys were drawn to the Bumblebee Jasper, which is a very fun energy. I'm loving the vibes of this energy. I'm definitely picking up pile 4 that you are very confident sexually, very sexually expressive, maybe even very, you know, a very sexual person just in general. Sex with your future spouse is going to be very lively, very fun, very expressive, so possibly loud. Okay, so you know, loud in terms of, you know, moaning, and I mean, hell, I mean, y'all could be breaking beds and shit. I don't know. This is definitely giving me fire energy. Okay. I keep hearing breaking shit. All right, so I mean, it may be y'all might be breaking headboards and bed frames and stuff. Oh my gosh. All right, we got snake, we have creativity, and then we have manifestation. Oh my gosh, yeah, okay. So with the snake energy and creativity energy, that's just basically letting me know lots of old skins are going to be shed here. This may be a very transformative like sexually, this may be a very transformative energy here. So pile 4, right off the bat, if you're not resonating with being very confident sexually, you're going to be, okay? This union, the physical union, the sexual union with your future spouse is just going to be something that just kind of brings you out of a shell if you're in one. Okay, creativity is just letting me know that, you know, sexually the two of you get very creative. I like manifestation. I am hearing be very careful about what you're thinking about when you're having sex, because the two of you, your energies coming together and merging, and then the explosion that happens when the two of you orgasm is going to make those thoughts come to fruition very quickly. This is also letting me know, though, the manifestation power for you guys is going to be the strongest through sex. Okay, so if there's anything that you're wanting to manifest, it's like you can take those, just learn about, you know, like orgasmic manifesting or sexual manifesting, or, you know, using your sexual power to manifest, because you and your future spouse's energies coming together is going to be ripe and potent for manifesting. Okay, very healing and transformative, which is very similar to one of the other piles. I won't tell you which one it was, just in case, but definitely that is here. Definitely a lot of foreplay. a lot of oral pleasure. Okay, so they're going to love going down on you. They're going to love it. I'm hearing they prefer it too. That's interesting. This is the only pile out of the 4 that I've picked that up on. I'm not saying that any of the other piles don't have that, but your future spouse is letting me know they are very big on oral, giving it. They like receiving it too. With the creativity, that's giving me this feeling like they want to see how many buttons you have or erogenous zones, like what they want to see. Like, oh my gosh, they're going to explore your body from head to toe, pile 4. They're going to want to see how many hot buttons you have inside and out, okay? Oh my gosh. Love that energy. Creativity, I keep wanting, there's something about creativity. I'm sure it'll come back, not come back to me. They keep putting my attention on creativity. Like they're wanting, like there's a spotlight on that. It's very important to them. Like exploring is very important to them. They're going to want to try a lot of different things. There may be a lot of talking. They may be into talking because they're going to be into all kinds of foreplay, you guys, not just like, yeah, they're going to be into foreplay physically, like on your body, but in like, it's like, oh, the foreplay begins even outside of the bedroom. So they may be very much into like sexting and, you know, having phone sex and stuff like that. Yeah, they're saying for them, foreplay begins outside of the bedroom. They'll start having foreplay with you before the two of you are like, you know, like say if you're at work, you know, the two of you are not in close physical proximity. That doesn't matter to them. It's like, we're still going to have foreplay. We'll have foreplay all day is what they're saying. Foreplay is really big on your person. They like to be mentally stimulated. Okay, so that lets me know that your future spouse is very visual. Very visual. All right, let's get some more. They might like to have sex while under the stars. I'm seeing a star here, like under the night sky. Oh, okay. All right. This is one of the things, I don't know if this is coming from your side or their side. You know how you see shooting stars, right? We call them shooting stars, but really it's just you're seeing a meteorite, you know, go across. And they always tell you to make a wish, right? When you see a shooting star. There's going to be a thing with your future spouse because they're always able to let you know when a meteor shower is getting ready to hit, right? And their thing is, and I'm feeling like they are very conscientious to some degree of sexual manifestation, right? So they're going to literally want to figure out a way to have sex underneath the stars or during a meteor shower as a way to help manifest, like manifestation. Okay, but it's also going to be a very big turn on to them. So sex during a meteor shower. That's a new one. Never heard of that before. All right. What is sex with pile 4 and their future spouse? What is that sex going to be like? Sex between pile 4 and their future spouse. Maybe some sex in cars. Having sex in your car or vehicles. Very playful. Yeah, that's that energy I was picking up on. Oh, very fulfilling. Sex with them is going to be everything that you want it to be. Okay, so if there's something very important for you sexually, pile 4, I hear that that's what it's going to be like. And number one thing that's coming right off the bat is if they're a man, like their penis size. If they're a female, like, you know, how tight they are. It's going to be exactly what you want and what you need. Okay, so if you're somebody that already knows that you need a man's penis to be like a certain size and a certain girth, it's like it's going to be that and more. Okay, not to like where it's going to hurt or cause any discomfort, but it's going to be everything you wanted. Okay, everything you wanted. And if you're, you know, if you're somebody that is, you know, into women, or, you know, people that have vaginas, you're gonna love theirs inside and out. But I'm also hearing, like, you know, penises. The penis is going to be very aesthetically pleasing to you if that's what you like as well. Okay, and they're also going to be, they're going to love yours. Y'all are just, you're going to love each other's members. Very cleansing. Yeah. Okay, so very playful, like I said. I think I said that. Yeah, a lot of laughing. It's going to be laughing, giggling. A lot of play, though. I keep coming back to is play, foreplay. A lot of foreplay is happening. A lot of exploring each other's sexuality, not just each other's bodies, but each other's sexuality. So that, like, especially with this creativity, you guys, you know, introducing toys, okay, or role playing. Definitely role playing, especially with the play here. Role playing, a lot of dressing up. There may be some bondage and S&M type of stuff here, especially with this extreme and harsh. A lot of learning each other's bodies. A lot of learning what makes each other tick. They're going to be very interested in what facilitates for you the big orgasm. You know, because there's different levels and intensities of orgasms, and they're gonna take it as a personal challenge upon themselves, pile 4, to give you the big O as many times as possible. The big O, the big orgasm. All right, pile 4. What is sex with pile 4's future spouse gonna be like? Especially with this cleansing and the manifestation. Yeah, you guys, I don't want to say be careful, okay? I already gave you that caveat. No, you guys, don't let that power go to waste. Don't let that sexual power go to waste, because with wish and cleansing, these two together, especially with the manifestation, you can literally manifest all your wishes, your hopes, your dreams through the power that is conjured up during sex with your future spouse. I'm really being told for you guys to study what sexual manifestation is, because if there's anything that you feel has been beyond reach for you as far as like a goal that you've been wanting to manifest, you can do that through sexual manifestation, including manifesting your own future spouse if you haven't yet. Just because you by yourself, I feel like sexual manifestation for both of you as individuals is very strong. So if if you're having a problem manifesting it in, it's like use your sexual power and your sexual energy to manifest it, including manifesting your future spouse, okay? If you feel like you're having a hard time manifesting them. We got Cardinal Moon. Something about, oh yeah, okay. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Yeah, you guys, sex with you guys, okay, this is more focusing on your manifesting power. Your guys' sexual energy is so strong that it's going to, if you take, if you use your sexual energy to manifest something, it's going to blow right through the blocks. If there's anything blocking or causing resistance between you and whatever it is you're wanting to manifest, if you harness yours and your future spouse's sexual power, manifesting power, it's going to blow through whatever block might be obscuring it, okay? Yeah, with the South Node here, this is definitely feeling like this just keeps talking about blocks. Everything talks about blocks. So, and I'm also hearing you guys, you probably were attracted or maybe drawn to another pile. Maybe a couple of other piles. I mean, many of you, all piles are probably done. Because this one is just, you know, it's focusing more on not so much your experience of your sex life. This one is more this pile, the energy coming through, the messages is more focused on really making sure you guys understand. It's almost like your sexual power, manifesting power, is like another form of currency. It's an energetic currency, and it's like, don't let it go to waste. Don't let it go to waste. Even anything karmic, if there's something karmic that is blocking your ability to manifest something, you can use, like, yours and your future spouse's sexual energy is so potent, it'll blow right through that. It'll remove that totally. Anything that's hidden, maybe you just have a feeling like something is blocking you, but you don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. It's like your guys' sexual manifesting power is like quantum. It doesn't matter. It'll, you know, if there's anything from the past or the present, you know, quantum is like there's no space, time, or matter, right? And so it doesn't matter where the energy, where it came from, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It'll just negate it. It'll neutralize it. It'll destroy it. It'll remove it, okay? Very, very big on, I'm seeing like the UV rays, you know, like the UV rays of the sun is very cleansing. The UV rays can literally disintegrate, you know, certain viruses and bacteria instantly in some cases. And that's what I'm seeing, okay? Especially with, this almost looks like a sun than it does a moon. That's interesting. But it's like, that's what I see your guys' sexual energy doing. When you focus your sexual potent energy, especially when you're orgasming, it's like sending the rays of the sun, the UV rays of the sun on these blocks, and it just instantly disintegrates them. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Awesome for you guys. I love it. There was a couple of other piles that did talk a little bit about manifestation. Quite literally. But for some reason, I'm picking up, though, like yours, like this pile is the strongest manifestation-wise. Because everybody has manifestation powers sexually, like, you know what I mean? But yours are like, yours and your future spouses are just amplified. Like, holy hell. Like, there's nothing, no block, no nothing can stand against the power that you and your future spouse have. Like the sexual power. Nothing. It'll blow right through it. All right. What is sex between pile 4 and their future spouse going to be like? What is sex between pile 4 and their future spouse? It's very sweet. And with the energy of the page, very playful, very sweet and very playful. Romantic even. I wonder if some of your virgins, if you're a virgin, not that it matters, that might just be kind of like, that is coming through though. This is the first pile I think that may have come through. Let's get one more. Sex between pile 4 and their future spouse. Ooh, with the blindfold here. Huh. There may be some of that. Yeah, there may be some of that. There may be a little bit of bondage. I'm not picking up full S&M or anything like that. No, yeah, I did pick up on that energy over here with that. But this energy with this Page of Cups here, it's like, it may not be full on S&M, you guys. It may be more or less just like, you know, tying you up to the bed, you know, putting definitely a blindfold. I am seeing them wanting to blindfold you because it heightens the senses of your body, right? Not to scare you or anything like that. Not that you would be scared, but it's almost this thing like wanting to put a mask or a blindfold over your eyes so that all you can really concentrate on, because it heightens the senses, what you're feeling in your body. And it also kind of, you know, adds a mystery of, adds an air of mystery. All right, let's get 2 more cards. Okay, 2 more cards. With the Hierophant here, though, I'm hearing like, get ready to see God. Get ready to see God. Get ready to be taken to the heavens, kind of a thing. Interesting. Now there's like 2 more cards, but 2 more cards are not wanting to come out. I'm feeling like we're in that energy of being blindfolded. Okay, we got the Page of Wands in reverse, and then we also have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh, okay. Prepare to have your expectations shattered, okay, when it comes to, in a good way, not in a bad way, you guys, in a good way. And the passion and the fire is going to be off the charts for you guys. We have very hasty, we've got impatient, so we also have creativity again, but there's something very hasty and very impatient about your guys' sex life, and so it may just be impulsive. That's what's coming through, impulsive. Something very impulsive about your sex life. So there may be sex in public places, possibly, because it may be one of those things, the mood just hits you and it's like, I gotta have you right now. Gotta have you right now. Yeah. And prepare to have, yeah, your mind's going to be, your expectations are going to be shattered, but not in a bad way. What messages do you have for pile 4? They're going to take you to your limits, okay? That's what it is. They're going to definitely push your limits. But this is not in a bad way, pile 4. I don't think it's going to be in terms of pain either. It's not going to be like that. That energy did come out in one of the other piles. That's not the same energy here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me there's almost this feeling of like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm feeling like there's, if you have bodily hangups, pile 4, your connection or your sexual chemistry with your future spouse is definitely going to help you overcome that. But it's also going to heal this feeling of not being able to do something. Like, you're going to find out very quickly where it comes to like your sexual energy between you and your future spouse. There's nothing that the two of you are not going to be able to achieve together. They're going to be thinking about sex with you all the time. And with this, I want to start over. They're going to want to keep going and keep going and keep going, even after they come. They're not going to want it to be over. We'll put it that way, okay? They definitely stay awake thinking about you. If the two of you, for whatever reason, have to be separated from each other, like if they go on business trips or you go on, or whatever, like they think about sex with you all the time. This may be somebody that's already aware of you with I watch your social media. Okay, a couple of different, and like I said, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. First off, I feel like some of you actually, like, your person is already aware of you. Okay, your future spouse is already aware of you. But they're not coming forward yet for some reason. Maybe they think you're with somebody, or maybe you keep going back and forth with somebody. Maybe they saw you out and about, and they maybe have saw you out on a date, or they wanted to ask you out, but then they realized you were there with the date. I just feel like for the most part, your person is aware of who you are. They know who you are. And for some of you, this may be somebody from your past, okay? Like I said, if that's not a possibility for you, just leave that part, okay? Just discard that part. Don't feel the need to put it down in the comments. All right, I mean, you can if you want to. It is whatever. But yeah. Neat. All right, pile 4. I'm going to end your reading here. I hope that it resonated. If it did, do me a favor, smash the like button for me. That's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Also, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you thought. Share and subscribe if you feel led to do so. I will see you guys at your next reading.